I would say my relationship with screens is complicated. It's definitely not a healthy relationship.
The first thing when you ask this question that comes to my mind is like my phone often feels like an appendage, like my fingers so like that close. And when it's not in my hand, I feel like it should be in my hand. Or if it's not in my peripheral vision, I feel like I need to look for my phone, um, because it's just the thing that if I don't have it, suddenly I feel very alone in the world, you know?
I guess, yeah, I am very much like attached to my phone in the sense that I do grab for it a lot. Just because it has so many things that are just sort of what I consider essential to like the things I do in my daily life.
I would like to go on my phone less. I do find myself, I've noticed it recently, like I'll leave class and I'll whip out my phone to see who's texted me, what I need to do, and then like from place to place, I'll be walking on my phone and sometimes I'll crash into things. And I'm like, yeah, maybe this is a sign.
Yes, I always feel tempted to get out my own phone when everyone around me is on their phone because I feel like I should have something to do too.
I always feel very high and mighty when everyone is, say, on a subway car, is on their cell phones, and it motivates me not to take my cell phone out just so I can feel better than them. And then I'll find a book somewhere and just aggressively read my book and think about how much better I am than everyone else, even though I would probably be on my phone if I hadn't noticed that everyone else was. So,
It
yeah.
weirdly it depends on like who the people are, cuz like if it's like me and my family and we're all at the dinner table and then we all get out our phones. I know why we're all on our phones. It's cuz none of us really want to talk to each other. But if I'm out with my friends, I do sort of expect it to be something that is more like directly, a conversation. Um so I guess I do feel sort of the obligation to also get my phone out. Yeah, it makes me feel a bit sad sometimes, but I also get it because we're all in the habit, or a lot of us are in the habit of being on our phone, so I know it's nothing like personal, but yeah, it does make me a little bit sad. I do sometimes get a sense of nostalgia for a time without phones, but I was very young. So I guess I have nostalgia for it in the sense that I miss just sort of this idea that you don't have to be productive all of the time. Like with phones and with the access to the internet and all kinds of things that we have now, there's just always the sense of urgency, the sense of, well, if you're not doing anything with your time right now, you could be. You could be taking a master class. You could be learning how to cook on your phone.
I would say overall, the impact that even like social media and screens have had on me, I think it's negative, honestly. I mean, there are definitely positives to it. Like, it's connected me to different people, it's connected me to different ideas. And I think that is a positive. I think I'm a lot more educated than I would be if I didn't have um, a screen or social media.
I miss the time. I mean, it was me as a child, so I miss the time when when I didn't have a phone and I was able to just spend hours without paying attention to the clock, or spend whole afternoons with some one person and not ever wonder what else I was supposed to be doing, or when the next event was going to be. So yeah.
I think social media has inherently, no matter like how much you've interacted with it, it sort of sets people up to have idealized versions of everybody in their head. People you haven't even met yet, you know what I mean? You see this person and you make assumptions, as humans do, but you make assumptions and then you solidify your assumptions of that person.
Like, people still want real life relationships. Like, social media doesn't like subsidize that. They still want that real life interaction. Like, even though I make connections on the internet, I still want to meet those people in real life.
Values or uses the phone as our touching ground, but I do often think we misconstrue like the phone to be more than it is, because often it is what allows us to get to more intimate relationships, but it's actually like the time spent with each other after that initial touchdown point that in which the relationship like really grows. I think the phone is always like a first step to making deeper connections often.